What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One. Welcome to a live stream about the recent and current events about Will Smith, Chris Rock, and Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, if you didn't catch my last live stream on my other YouTube channel, I strongly suggest you guys go over there, support that channel, subscribe to that channel. Just my opinion podcast. Uh, but this is part two to the evolving door, the evolving world surrounding Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith and Chris Rock. Just a couple of hours ago, Chris Rock, well, Will Smith apologized finally for slapping Chris Rock. Now, for those who've been living under a rock, allow your boy to explain. I'm going to really go real fast with this. Sunday evening, the Oscars award show premiered. A lot of actors and actresses were not only nominated, but the possibility of them winning an award. This also, a lot of insiders felt like Will Smith was going to finally snag an Oscar, particularly him doing the Serena Williams father, King Arthur. I think the movie was called King Arthur. I've seen snippets of the movie. The movie is filmed brilliantly, and they have Will Smith. You gotta, it's going to be a hit, and I will check it out for myself. But I have seen trailers and snippets of the movie, and I think I'm going to enjoy that movie. But that's neither here nor there. He was going to finally get his moment in the sun. He was going to finally receive an Oscar, which there's an undertone to that because a couple of years ago, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith were going to, well, they boycotted they boycott the Oscars because they felt like the Oscars didn't have a strong influence of African Americans winning the award. The Oscars have, there has been, particularly in the African American community, there have been moments of the Oscars nominating us, but, not often. And they was going to boycott the Oscars, and they was asking other people to boycott the Oscars as well as not watching the Oscars. They was asking their friend Hollywood stars to also boycott the Oscars. That was that same show, Chris Rock, the show that they was going to boycott. Chris Rock was going to host the Oscars. And, Chris Rock being a comedian, he finds funny insights to current events or what people have said on social media. And basically, he said a joke. I thought it was a funny joke. And he said, Jada Pinkett Smith not attending the Oscars is like me bragging about I'm not going into Rihanna's panties because I wasn't invited. I thought it was clever. I thought it was funny. And, the Smiths, they said publicly and privately that they didn't see any issue with the joke. Now, fast forward to Sunday. They had Chris Rock on stage, and he was doing his monologue. And if you are familiar with Chris Rock, and particularly Will Smith, I don't know if these guys are Hollywood friends or good friends, but they know each other, okay? They understand each other. And everyone has been to a Chris Rock show or have seen a Chris Rock event, stand-up event, and Chris Rock, as a lot of comedians do this, they look at the room, find what's funny or interesting in the room, and then they throw their jabs, they throw their jokes, they throw their shots. Okay, it's nothing new. He went through the room just joking on everybody, and he saw Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, it's hard to not see them because they're in the middle of this audience, right front, live in full effect, front on stage. And Chris Rock said a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, said, I can't wait to see Jada Pinkett Smith in G.I. Jane. Now, for those out there who are young and don't even understand what that G.I. Jane comment was, Demi Moore was in a movie called G.I. Jane, and I thought it was a decent movie. I didn't think it was a great movie. It was a decent movie, but it showed women's empowerment. Before women's empowerment was a thing on social media, Demi Moore did that back in the 80s. I think it came out in the 80s. It might have came out in the early 90s. And it just showed the strong side of a woman. Demi Moore played a female soldier that was enlisted in the military. Of course, there were a bunch of naysayers that were males. Males dominated the military, and she didn't want it to be treated differently. She wanted to be treated the same, just like everyone else. Okay, so and she shaved her head. Demi Moore looked very attractive, very powerful in G.I. Jane. And if you've been paying attention to Jada Pinkett Smith, even when Jada Pinkett Smith shaved her hair, Jada Pinkett Smith still looks beautiful, even without hair. And Jada Pinkett Smith has always rocked short hair, back in the 90s. And still looks beautiful, still looks attractive, even for her age. And I thought the joke, even though it was a joke, if you want to say the joke was done in poor taste, I understand that as well. But however, if you just, I think it was a joke, but it was a compliment. We're in Women's Month. G.I. Jane was a strong demonstration for the power of a woman. Jada Pinkett Smith has demonstrated over the course of time that she too is a strong influencer female. And I thought the joke, even though it was sort of funny, I thought it was a compliment type piece joke. But it was a little jab. Everyone's laughing. Even Will Smith initially started laughing. And then when he turned to his wife was not amused by it. She was very taken back for it. I think she was she found it insulting. I mean, you're being compared to Demi Moore, you're being compared to G.I. Jane that promoted female empowerment. You are a woman that promotes female empowerment, but you feel like that was an insult. Okay? Now, I know a lot of people are going to allude to her being bald and her being thin-skinned about her being bald. Well, she didn't like it. All of a sudden, Will Smith's emotions went from laughter to, I have to defend my wife. Will Smith got up out of his seat, walked on stage, and no one knew, out of the multitude of things Will Smith could have, we thought of a multitude of things Will Smith was going to do on stage. Maybe, talk about Chris Rock and his marriage, if he wants to go tit for tat that way. Maybe talk about Chris Rock's wife. Maybe talk about Chris Rock himself. Or maybe just say, hey, yo, my man, my wife felt that that joke was kind of an insult. Could you please apologize? Okay. You know, when I saw him get up, those were the thoughts that were entering my mind. Never in my wildest imagination or thought process I would believe that Will Smith would just go on stage like what he did and slap Chris Rock open-handed, and then went back to his seat. Initially, I thought it was staged, but then after watching it even further, I'm going like, wait a minute, this is not staged. This happened, folks. This is real. Nevertheless, Chris Rock took the high road. He was, he said, "Yeah, Will Smith slapped me on stage. This is going to be a viral moment. The ratings should be going through the roof for the Oscars. Okay, everyone's getting the attention they desperately seeking, Susan needed and wanted." Then Will Smith screamed at the top of his lungs like an old white lady, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." I mean, repeatedly saying that. And then Chris Rock, once again, took the high road, was very professional about it, just switched and changed subjects and went on went on with the presentation. And later on, when Will Smith got his award for the Oscars, particularly for his performance on Venus and Serena's father, he apologized to the Oscars, but didn't even apologize to Chris Rock. So much stuff there to unpack and to talk about. And if you've been paying attention to social media, a lot of people on social media, it's like it's a 50-50 split. Some people are for Will Smith. Some people are for Chris Rock. The people that are for Chris Rock for Will Smith was making excuses for him, for his behavior, for his actions. First of all, and he even said in his speech when he got his award that he was going through so many emotions. My wife is has a hair loss disease, and she did not like the joke, and he just stood up for her. First of all, to sit up here and say that this is a life-threatening, to compare this disease to cancer or AIDS or kidney failure or serious diseases that the majority of the population deals with on a consistent basis. Males and females around the world deal with hair loss, and this is just par for the course. Everybody is not going to have their hair when they get older. They're going to have to deal with it. A lot of men deal with hair loss. Okay. So to sit up there and Will Smith to make that excuse, that was unacceptable. I felt like, you may think that, you did the right thing, but you're a 56-year-old man slapping another man that's, okay, you're like 200 pounds. Chris Rock is what, 120 pounds maybe, and you got him like over 50 pounds, not to mention the fact that you're way taller than Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a small, skinny individual. I find it, if this was a different comedian, if this was Dave Chappelle, if this was somebody who was the same size as Will Smith, I don't think Will Smith would even got on stage. He probably would have screamed or say something while he was in his seat. But you know, Will Smith, he's that type of individual that picks his battles. Like, he looks at his opposition and say, okay, and is this person going to allow me to slap them or to assault them? I don't think Will Smith is on that energy. I don't think Will Smith is on that time. Okay. Uh, and the hair loss, the reason why you can't blame the hair loss thing on why you lost your cool and you lost your control. Timing is everything, folks. And I felt like when the Academy was split on deliberations on what they was going to do about this, there was a moment with the Academy about taking Will Smith's award away because of the embargoes that they implemented in the Oscars with Harvey Weinstein. And this started from Harvey Weinstein, and they was going to implement these embargoes to Will Smith. They was thinking the possibility of stripping him from the award. Also, there have been reports out there that the powers that be that run the Oscars, they were so spread out in that arena. They just didn't have time to make a decision. And a lot of people felt like if they were all like in one setting and in one room, there was a strong possibility of removing Will Smith and his wife from the event. So those things were on the table. Unfortunately, it happened so fast, it happened unexpectedly, and they didn't have enough time to make a decision. Luckily, Will Smith is able to keep his award. Luckily, Will Smith and his wife didn't have to leave the event on the night where he's going to be he was a strong case of winning an Oscar. Okay. Not to mention the fact this is assault. There's like over 100 witnesses at the event that saw it. And Chris Rock could legally press charges to Will Smith and also take him to court. A lot of people are not even thinking about that. Not to mention the fact you have millions upon millions of fans of the Oscars that watch the event as well. If Chris Rock wants to be that petty, I don't, Chris Rock written statement, he's not pressing charges. He's not going to do none of that stuff. He's been very quiet about it. Now, P. Diddy took to social media and said that there's no beef. He got Will Smith and Chris Rock. I don't know if he got them in a room. I don't know if he FaceTimed them. I really don't know, saying that there was no beef. But on the outside looking in, why would Chris Rock have a beef with Will Smith? I mean, that is easy. That's easier said than done. I think Chris Rock is, he's not going to take this very seriously. He's still laughing about it. And I don't think Chris Rock is that type of individual that will take it to that degree, losing his control and emotion and filing a police report and taking him to court because, Chris Rock has all the money that he needs and then some. He may not have Will Smith money, but he has Chris Rock money, okay? Chris Rock is not going to be working at McDonald's anytime soon, folks, okay? Sorry to tell you that, all right? Chris Rock has money, okay? So this is not going to be a money type situation for Chris Rock. Now, the internet never sleeps, and the internet always have receipts. There have been clips floating around social media of Will Smith. There was a particular clip when he was on the Arsenio Hall show. Even Will Smith mocked a band member who was bald headed. Okay, so there's so much stuff to unpack. And like I said, I did a live stream yesterday on Just My Opinion, and I'm going to echo the same sentiments here. It was very childish. It was very immature. And to be truthfully honest with you, none of this stuff a lot of people would not have this ammo, folks, if Jada Pinkett Smith haven't been talking about her private encounters, her private conversations, her private thoughts, her marriage on Red Table Talk. She's, been utilizing a lot of things in her life to promote Red Table Talk, which is a hit, I guess, on Facebook. And a lot of people, before a side note, a lot of people say, well, she talks about her hair loss issue on Red Table Talk. And she even talked about this disease on Red Table Talk, which is fine and dandy. But a lot of people cannot expect that the rest of the world goes to Facebook and watches Jada Pinkett Smith Red Table Talk. It doesn't work that way, folks. All right. So to sit up there and say, well, Chris Rock knew she had a hair loss disease, that's unfair, because Chris Rock, let's just say, just like the rest of us, none of us knew she had this disease. So the fact that people going on social media saying, oh, yeah, I knew about it years ago, even before Red Table Talk, is completely laughable, okay? Particularly when Jada Pinkett Smith said it came out of her mouth that the reason why she shaved her head years ago was to give awareness and also give support to her daughter. Okay, so that's when she shaved her hair, I thought she was making a statement that way. Okay, plus she looks very attractive with a shaved head. Okay, but even let's just say hypothetically, Chris Rock knew she had this hair loss disease. Okay, so the G.I. Jane joke was so insulting. It was so unnecessary. It was so, you can say it was poor taste if you want to go that far with it, but it was so insulting. You needed to get on stage and slap Chris Rock because he's embarrassing your wife. All right. A lot of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's issues, and talking about how, and in a way, when you listen to him talk, it sounds like he's being bullied. Like the internet has been ridiculing them. Everybody has been throwing their jabs and their jabs and jokes about them and their life, about their decisions, about Jada Pinkett Smith, messing around with August Alsina, that one hit wonder in R&B. My thing of it is, if you're so upset about this stuff, then why you're not upset with Jada Pinkett Smith? Because Jada Pinkett Smith broadcast all this stuff. This was acceptable. Okay. If you don't want people to talk about your personal thoughts, your private conversations, your private information, then why would you broadcast your private information publicly? Because once you broadcast your private information publicly, it's no holds barred. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. Everybody is going to interact with those private thoughts and conversations differently. No one is it's not a disrespectful thing if someone disagrees with your private thoughts and private conversation, or turn it into entertainment gold, or make a joke about it. Okay, if you don't, if you're that thin skinned, then why would you even the majority of y'all talk and conversation is coming from a lot of y'all private conversations and thoughts. So if you didn't want to broadcast that stuff, why would you put that stuff out there to the masses? So Will Smith, if you have someone to be mad at, you should be mad at your wife. if you was that upset about someone embarrassing your wife, then why you didn't have that same energy for August Ostina, which is his name August? I forgot. Anyway, if I mean he was allegedly messing around with your wife. Your wife said that they were trapped in an entanglement. Okay. And it was just a lot of weird and unexplained things that was happening in those current events, but you never came with that same energy with him. This is the same guy that was hanging around your son. He's around your son's age. I think he's a little older than your son, but I think he's like maybe 3-4 years older than your son. But why would a 50-something-year-old woman hang around uh, uh, a, a guy that's in his early 20s? And all of a sudden, there's rumors floating around that they were fooling around. And that's why people were talking about maybe they have an open marriage. With Will, when people thought that that people were talking about y'all marriage was open, when there was rumors floating around that you was fooling around with somebody while you were still married to Jada Pinkett Smith. If you feel that insulting, if you feel that hurt by that, then why you didn't stop them rumors then? Okay, a lot of people don't realize you're going to be judged by the company that you keep. The company that you keep is what judges how people judge you. I can't get upset and get mad if I'm hanging around a bunch of bank robbers. All right. Even though I don't rob banks, but my friends rob banks. Okay. I can't get upset and feel it's insulting why people feel like I'm a bank robber too when I'm hanging around a bunch of bank robbers. Okay. And I hate this in our own community. We do this in the African American community the most. Okay. Prime example. We didn't like Trump in the African American community. Anyone that said that they friends with Trump or supported Trump, we bashed them. Okay, we bashed them. We why would you be friends with Trump? When Kanye was hanging around Trump, we bashed Kanye because he was hanging around Trump. Okay, when Kodak Black was hanging around Trump, we bashed Kodak Black. Okay, because of the company he keep. A lot of the congressmen and politicians that supported Trump, we would bash them too, saying that they shouldn't be trusted, right? Because they hung around Trump. It's the company that you keep. But we don't keep that same energy with people that we like. People that we can't stand, we keep the same energy. But with people that we like, we have selective amnesia. I think Will Smith is a great guy. I really do. He has done a lot of extraordinary great things in the African American community as well as film and entertainment. I get all that. Okay. Understand it. But you can't just because I like Will Smith, I can't condone nor accept the behavior of Will Smith because he acted like a child. He was a 56-year-old child slapping another man over a G.I. Jane joke. Again, Chris Rock and I felt like when he said that joke, he thought about that joke. That was not that just did not come straight off the dome. I really think he wanted to make a joke, all right, that empowers Jada Pinkett Smith. I think when he made that joke, he respected Jada Pinkett Smith. He could have went left and said something far worse, but he didn't. And Jada Pinkett Smith just was turned off by the joke. But I really think Jada Pinkett Smith was turned off because of Chris Rock. I think that there's some underlying issues with Jada Pinkett Smith and Chris Rock. I really don't think that they see eye to eye on things. And I really think that Jada Pinkett Smith still is upset, still butt sore uh, uh, of the joke that Chris Rock made about, it's easy for you to protest something that you're not invited to in the first place. And I really think that subconsciously, Jada Pinkett Smith is still upset about that. Not to mention the fact that no one, when you look at the success of Jada Pinkett Smith, and you look at the successful things Jada Pinkett Smith has done thus far, and you look at the successful things that Will Smith has done thus far, Hollywood loves Will Smith. I don't think Hollywood has that same energy or that same respect to Jada Pinkett Smith. And I feel Jada Pinkett Smith feels slighted over that. I really do. But Will Smith is slowly but surely turning into a Tom Cruise. Remember how everyone loved Tom Cruise? Oh, Tom Cruise is likable. Everyone loved, the women adored Tom Cruise. The men idolized and wanted to be like Tom Cruise, particularly in his early days, until he got into Scientology. When we found out that he was involved into that, and that was like a cult following type of worship group. And ever since then, we consider Tom Cruise wacko. Just like Michael Jackson, we considered him wacko. Just like Kanye West, we consider him wacko. So people that we once respected and that were likable, once they're no longer likable, once we find no respect in them, but we respect the art and the craft that they deliver, particularly in entertainment, but we just don't respect them as individuals, okay? It's all downhill. And I feel like Will Smith he's turning into a Tom Cruise. He's turning into a Kanye West. He's turning into a wacko jacko. Once people feel or start the conversation that you're cray-cray, then it's all downhill. There's no way you can get away from that. I feel like this is going to put a damper on Will Smith's career in Hollywood. I feel like those roles are still going to be there. Now, let's not get it twisted. They're not going to blacklist Will Smith. But I do feel like there's going to be certain precautions when you want to work with Will Smith. I think, if anything, as far as Chris Rock goes, he's been silent about it. He can use this as material. I heard that he's doing a stand-up with Kevin Hart. I really think Chris Rock is one of those type of individuals that's not going to go to social media and tell you how he feels. He's going to use that as material for his next stand-up or his live event, or when he's hosting something, he's going to tell you his thoughts and opinions behind it. And it's going to be entertaining, comedy gold, funny, but informational. He savors the moment. He waits, okay? And you're going to hear, and I told people on Just My Opinion podcast yesterday around this time that I expect Will Smith to make an apology. And he did make an apology. Unfortunately, he was forced to make that apology, particularly when the reports were the Academy Award was thinking about taking his Oscar away. And I felt like at that moment, Will Smith said, "Oh crap, this has went total left. Let me hurry up and issue a statement," which he did on Instagram. He put it on his social media handles, which is fine and dandy. But I felt like it would have been a lot stronger if he went on video. And he probably has already went on video, but when I read his statement through his Instagram account, but I felt like it would have been more powerful and more of the adult way of handling things and you want to get in front of this train wreck. Okay, you want to try to steer this train wreck, try to steer this train so it don't collide. I think the best thing he should have done was got on video or got on a live and apologized. I think he should have apologized when he accepted his award to Chris Rock. I really think if he would have took that moment and just not only apologized to the Academy Award, but to apologize to Chris Rock himself and say that, look, I was over emotional. I let my emotions get the best of me. And I want to apologize not only to the Academy Award of my behavior is unexcusable, but I also want to apologize to Chris Rock, even if he didn't mean it. Just throwing that out there on Sunday night would have de-isolated this incident. Now this is a hot dumpster fire. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, yes, I feel like it's great that he apologized, but I felt like it's a little bit too late. And now a lot of people are not taking your apology very seriously. People saying, well, of course you're going to apologize because the Academy Award is talking about taking the award away from you. So, of course, you're going to apologize. What sense does that make? So, yeah, that's all I got. Real fast, real quick. Anyone that has been subscribed to the channel since day one have seen the rise of this channel. And this channel is still growing. It's not growing the way I wanted to grow, but it's growing. There's a name change. The reason why I'm just trying this out, and I felt like the reason why I wanted to change the name, change the identity, change the content. And if you've been rocking with me, you have been noticing for the past year, I have been changing, messing around with different type of content and just seeing what works, what doesn't work, what you guys like, what you guys don't like. And now I have changed my name. The reason why I changed my name is I want my name, and I don't know if this is the correct pronunciation to grammar, but I wanted my name to be searchable. Okay. I want, when you type, and I want keywords in my name that what you type. And I felt like, yes, my old name, which was I'm Chris the Don, it was relatable years ago, but not so much now. Like when you type in my name, all you get is my content. You just see my content. So I felt like I need to do a name change. It's the same. I'm talking, and I want to incorporate a lot of things to this channel. I want to incorporate news related subject matter. I want it to be very informational. I want it to be very entertaining. I also wanted it to be funny. I wanted a funny twist to it, a different perspective. I want to be different from everyone else, but I also want this channel to be a searchable channel. And I felt like the name, a lot of people was not going to search the name, but I felt like if people type something like what's trending, and I felt like I love that channel name. What's trending, Chris? With a question mark. Now I'm going to keep it spaced out, and I felt like just typing it that way is more searchable. Searchable. Is searchable a word? I don't know. All right. I'm going to assume that it is. All right. And I'm going to do more live streams like this. And I hope you guys like them. I'm still going to do the reactions, the reviews, my thoughts and my opinions. But I'm gonna put that to the side and start doing more current event titles, because current event titles are more, can I say this word without butchering it, searchable than just original content. In theory, I like to do my own original content. And I'm going to do original content to things that is going on in the world with a little twist to it. But yeah, I felt like I'm going to start doing this. Now, I'm going to have new videos every Monday. So that's going to still remain the same. As far as the people that subscribe to me for the OnlyFans reviews, okay, I did a slew of those videos, even though those videos are getting some traction, but not a lot of traction. And when I did it earlier, like a year ago, they was getting crazy views. And a lot of the OnlyFans models would allow me to check their accounts and just judge them and give you my thoughts and opinions and things of that nature. I would get a lot of cooperation from a lot of those females. Not so much now because, that type of subject matter was put on hiatus. Okay. And now when I came back, I don't have those same relationships with those same girls. Now they have moved on, which they should move on, because I just stopped doing it because YouTube be tripping. Every time I would create an OnlyFans review, YouTube would have all these different reasons why the video was not going to be trending. It wouldn't search. It wouldn't do none of that stuff. And if you've been noticing, a lot of people have stopped doing OnlyFans reviews. Just anything that has anything to do with OnlyFans. The last recent video, other than mine and a few others, the most popular ones have been 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I think OnlyFans, if you put OnlyFans in the title, if you put it in the description, if you put it in your tags, YouTube is just going to ding it. Okay. So, and they consider it not ad friendly, even though when I do my manual reviews on it and they manually review the videos, after 14 days, they go, you know what, this video was family friendly. Well, see, by that time, the video's old and, it's everyone has moved on. So, yeah. So I'm going to start doing, I'm definitely going to come out with videos every Monday and do live streams here and there. Okay. So I hope everyone enjoyed this. I will see you guys on the next live stream. But for those who have been living under a rock, I'm about to say Kanye West, Will Smith finally apologized. Okay. After a day and some change, he finally did something that he should have done Sunday night. Here we are Tuesday morning, on the height of the possibility of the board members at the Oscars taking his award away. All right. Did he do it because he had a change of heart, a change of mind, or did he do it because he's starting to see the pressure? And Will Smith is a powerful man. He's very talented, but he's not that powerful. Okay. And nobody's above power or above authority. There's always going to be someone more powerful than you, that has more pull than you, that has more juice than you. And I'm not saying this is all done by Chris Rock, but I do feel like the Academy Award is held to a different standard. The Oscar board members are held to a different standard, and they have more authority, more pull, more juice than an actor or an actress. Okay, so I gotta go, guys. I will see you guys on the next live stream. Peace in the Middle East and hair grease. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.